All right, welcome to the Fuzz Punch Arcade. 1,000 subscribers. A to the Q's. I am
Yay!
I am joined by Mr. Funk Fuzz, Mr. Fuzzforon, Mr. The Fuzz Goes On. If the fuzz is
Hello,
rockin', don't come knockin'. Is Dan.
it's me.
And the channel artiste when I'm not drawing the horrible abominations you see half the time. The good ones are all Chibsi, also known as Shut Up Chibsi, also known as Laura.
Hello.
We're here to first and foremost say once again a big old thank you to everyone who's subscribed to us and's been watching our videos. It really
Thank you big time.
Yeah, it it really is difficult to say in small words what it means, but we've been shooting for this goal for a very long time, and it's we're happy to be making stuff that people are enjoying.
Thank you so much for subscribing and watching our videos. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're an old sub, and I know there are some old subs here who've been here a long time, who've pretty much been here throughout the entire journey to this point, thank you so much. You know, I see your guys' names in the comments on Twitter, wherever, and it's just always puts a smile on my face. No matter what's said, I'm just like, yeah, hey, you're sticking around. Makes me happy to see. So thank you.
If you've been to subscribe to us for several years, it's likely you've seen like several versions of us that that like do not exist anymore. You know, it's there have been arcs
so
to
true.
this journey.
Absolutely. Oh, that is so true.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of arcs along the journey, I'm gonna go to our first question from longtime subscriber SSJ Chicks Ken. I realize I never know if I'm pronouncing that right, so please feel free to correct me if I'm not. Who asks, how did you beautiful people meet?
Oh man. Well, Kevin and I met in high school musical. Right? I think so. It was like
Yes.
before I don't know if it was before auditions or it was before general practice for my freshman year. I think your senior year.
It was my senior year, yeah. Me and
Yeah.
Derek, we were in the same class.
And I forget what we even talked about, but we just kind of talked, and I was very awkward and quiet and shy. I feel like maybe that was the case. And then at some point, there were Pokemon wristbands that were involved.
Oh, yes.
And I kind of came out of my shell. I don't know. I guess we just kind of became friends.
Yeah, we were. I don't know if you remember that show specifically, but it was Kiss Me Kate.
Yes, we were together for 3 of like the characters, right? Like Tom,
Yes.
Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, we were in the play within the play. Our characters were pining after the same girl, so we were all singing songs together.
That's right.
And they cut that song down. It's an old musical, but there's a part of it where they go a dick, a dick, a dick, a dick, a dick,
Oh, yeah.
referring to Tom, Dick, or Harry, as in like some dudes. But I think like the vice principal of our school was like, yeah, saying dick to a high school audience over and over, not gonna fly.
Probably not the best idea, no.
Yeah.
But I do remember specifically, I think about this from time to time. Yeah, we met from that High School Musical thing, but to get to like the channel at that point in time, I had already been doing Let's Plays by myself. I would take a camera, I would stick it in front of a TV, and I would just play video games. And
Old school.
Yep, super old school.
No capture
And
card.
No capture card whatsoever. I think I did at some point, but like I just didn't have the time to go through everything, and I was just like, gotta get it out. And we were hanging out at Derek's house, and we were talking about One Piece because I don't remember how it got brought up. I remember there was an exercise ball, and Kevin was explaining how the Grand Line worked. and he was just like, it goes here, and then this is the new world, and I was just like in awe. I'm like, man, I'm gonna watch One Piece again, which I did. 700 several episodes of it. I was like, hey, I got this game called One Piece Grand Adventure. Do you guys want to play it, and we can record it? And you guys were like, yeah, sure. And so we did. And for whatever reason, that game is what brought so many of you viewers to us. That's just kind of
And
not only how we met, but got started.
at the very least, the first episode of that still pulls a lot of views. I don't know how many. I don't think we get a lot of subscribers from it nowadays. I'll have to check our analytics some more. But yeah, it's weird how many views that old series of ours still draws.
And then for Laura, we met at the movie theater.
Yeah, when you hated me at first.
And I did not like Laura when we first met. I thought that you were going to be some asshole, some jerk. And then we got stranded on Podium for a while, which is, if for people who aren't in the movie theater lingo, that's just the place that people tear your tickets and tell you which way to go.
Yeah, we all worked at a
theaters
movie
were a
theater.
thing.
We all worked at a movie theater together. If newer
point.
subscribers didn't know that, old ones
Yes.
I'm sure have heard plenty of stories from us.
You were my trainer
yeah.
at too. Like, you were the one that was training me. I remember you gave me a clipboard and you were like, go do this. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yep. And we got on Podium together. Very awkward. Started talking about video games and anime. And by the time we were off of Podium, we were like, cool, we're all right. Let's be friends.
Yeah. I remember you also announced to an entire theater saying, hey, you know what, everyone, just to let you know, it's pretty cool. And at that point, I had no idea why you said that, but now I know it's because all of you guys hated me.
Yep. we just didn't know you. But now we're super close friends.
I wasn't even aware of your existence at that time.
Same here, though.
How did you two meet? I forget.
Well, I do remember one of the big things that you asked me to do was make that animation, that Whisker Nougat one. That kind of solidified me, like, kind of half being in and half not being into your guys' channel.
Yeah.
Was that the first thing you did?
So at least for you guys.
Wow.
Were you on because you did the Heavy Rain Let's Play with us too.
Yeah.
The 4-player one. Was that before Whisker Nougat? No, that had to have been after.
That was after. Because at that point, I was kind of more a part of your channel rather than just like, yeah, you want art? Just let me know and I got art for you.
And Whisker Nougat came off of the J-Stars, which was the Let's Play we did where we like came back.
Oh man.
So to speak. Yeah, because I went away to I did a semester, my last semester of college in LA. So I was away from everybody, and then after that, I was just like kind of I was depressed out there because I didn't really know anybody, and I decided to come back home, and we started doing the channel again, and things really took off from there. And that I think is where we really first met.
Yeah,
you and I,
because
Laura.
I invited you to go to a convention with me, and everyone's like, you should invite Kevin, and I'm like, I don't know who Kevin is, but sure, we need more people so we can lower the prices of the hotel room. So that's why I invited you. I didn't know who you were.
I do remember one of the earliest interactions we had, Laura, was there was a fruit tray like in our hotel room, and I went to go get something, and I looked at, there was honeydew there, and I was like, who eats honeydew? And then Laura looks right at me, just like, oh, I do. And this was like the first thing I ever said to you.
Wow, no wonder you guys hate each other to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, been like super committed hatred for like over 2 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
It's funny tracing so much of this channel being like a part of our personal lives together, and then like just seeing where it goes. Because like at first it was just me, then it was you, me, and Derek, then it was you, me, Derek, and Laura, then it was just you and me and Laura, and that's where we are.
Yeah. And we had Thomas thrown in there. He's been a part of it every now and again. I met him the day he was born.
Wow, dude, that's
Yeah.
that's like a long
zero.
time. Day zero.
Yeah, I met pre-patch Thomas.
Wow.
This is before any of the patches. He's a very different game now. Yeah. And that's how we all met. And yeah, this has been a very interesting part of all of our like social lives. So this one is from RLAALR. Favorite video game.
I have a few. I have a list.
Yeah,
For
me
sure.
too,
I
actually.
could have a top list, and I'm sure it's going to change. But I would definitely say Catherine, Super Mario Sunshine, the original Doom, and probably Persona 5 for an RPG, just because that's the most recent and most fun I've had with the one recently. Yeah, I mean, those are like my top four, maybe Portal 2 as well. Good game.
I guess some of my top games, definitely Journey. Love that game to death. Breath of the Wild, Little Big Planet, the second one, Hopeful Boyfriend, because that is my brand. And then, like, I don't know, recently somebody found out and called me out that I have spent over 465 hours on Animal Crossing, so I might have to throw Animal Crossing on that too.
That's fair. With that said, I'm going to probably have to add Overwatch to the list since I have 500 hours in that, now that you
Shit.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't want to know how many hours I put into Overwatch.
yeah. Breath of the Wild is definitely up there for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Good choices, Laura.
Thank y'all.
When someone asks like what's your favorite anything, it's hard for me to go like it's this one thing for sure. For video games, this is the rare case where I can definitively say it's Super Smash Brothers. It's not one specific version of Super Smash Brothers because I have like such fond memories and different experiences with each of them that have all like beyond just being like a really fun game, we're also like big on the like social development side for me. Like I met a lot of friends by going to a weekly Smash tournament at a guy's house. And now Undertale and Persona 5 are in Smash. So all of my favorite games are together.
What about Mass Effect 2?
Mass Effect 2 is definitely up there. Yeah.
100. That was like the first thing. I was like, Kevin's gonna say Mass Effect 2, and you did it, and I just feel crushed. I feel like I don't.
Oh no.
Who are you?
No, man.
But no, Smash is a good one for sure. Damn it! Now I see like you guys are like, hey, video games. I'm like, I just love video games, and
Yeah.
Smash is definitely up there for me too. I wish Smash and Splash was happening this year. Big sad.
Yeah.
Because I was looking forward to that, and that
I
was a good memory last year.
I was looking more to the videos that were sent of you dancing to the fucking fish game. That was lit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, is that on your list of favorite games of all time, Dan? The fucking fishbowl toss, whatever.
Throwing ping pong balls into oddly shaped fish bowls. Yes, that's definitely up there too.
It's like a Dave
That's
and
a good
Buster's game. I don't know the name of, but it has some banging music to go along.
It's
with
a
the throws.
bop.
Yeah. If you can imagine the video for the dancing by Drake and Hotline Bling set to like this cheesy carnival music. That was the experience of watching Dan play that game. All right, we've got a question from Kian200.
Oh God.
Who says, "Is there anything you guys are looking forward to this new year?"
Well, let's take coronavirus out of this.
Fair
because that's just going to be whatever each of us are going to say. Oh, being able to see people. Hey, being able to live a normal life again.
Right.
Axe that out of the running.
Gotcha.
Okay.
It's tough because I usually would say like movies, but that industry is like so stunted right now. I don't know. Is Artemis Fowl out on Disney Plus yet? They were going to put it on there. And that's for those who don't know, Artemis Fowl is it's a children's book series that I was quite fond of as a kid. And I always thought, one day I'm going to write the script for an Artemis Fowl movie adaptation. And then I saw that Disney bought the license like a good couple years ago. And I was like, well, there that goes. So now there's an Artemis Fowl movie coming out, and it looks awful. It looks like they turned a rather unique series into a sort of Doctor Strange for kids. I don't like it, so that was something I was looking forward to this year. I don't know if it's out yet on Disney Plus, but instead of doing a theater release, they're doing it on Disney Plus.
Non-coronavirus related, I would have to say, well, first and foremost, that I'm finally done with school.
Yay!
For the entirety of this frickin' channel, I have been going to school full time and working, sometimes full time, sometimes like 10 hours less than full time. At the same time, running with this channel. And that has been extremely difficult and is extremely exhausting. Now, with no school and, a steady job, I have all this free time and I can actually do the projects that I won't say what they are for the viewers because it's a surprise, but one show project that I've been talking to you guys about, I can finally start working on that. I can start working on other projects. So I guess I would say the biggest thing I'm looking forward to this year is having all this free time to kind of just start my life and do what I want with my life now that school isn't in the question. And that involves making some videos and that involves just, living. So I'm excited to just live, make some videos, I guess, for this year.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for you. It's
Me too.
been a long time since I was in school, and it was it is a very liberating feeling. And you're
man.
you're a very self-motivated person, which is an area that I struggle with a lot. So I know that you're going to like take maximum, you're going to live that time to the max.
Oh yeah,
like, cuz it's shown in what you did previous to this.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to get a lot of stuff done. I mean, not a lot of stuff, but I was able to get some stuff done that I'm proud of, like the Mifa video and the Marie Kondo. Writing those videos felt really good because I was like, man, every time I did it, and I knew that I didn't have time to do it, and they were just kind of like crunched into a schedule. I was like, thank goodness that I'm at least doing something like this right now. But it's like the training weights are off. I've unlocked my full potential. I've gone Super Saiyan. I am like Gong and Hunter x Hunter now. Listen, here's the thing, guys. I have unlocked my full potential, and the potential was free time. And now I have a lot more free time to write stuff. And as soon as we're able to actually see each other, man, will I have content.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
And Laura, did you think of something you're looking forward to this this year?
I think one of my goals is to try and get a chapter of a comic that me and Kevin have been working on for a long time. Although I know that primarily is set on you, but I want to get started on that. I have been in a drawing kick lately, and I don't know. I feel like I just want to start drawing now. So hopefully, me looking forward to drawing will motivate me, because Dan's all about motivation, and I'm like, I want that though.
Well, that's the most important thing. Like, I guess it's just like a general, it's like a general piece of information for everybody. It's like, if you've got a good support group, like that can carry you through so much. And I think we have that for each other. So
yeah. Actually, I want to add one more too. Excited to stream a lot this year too. I actually have been inspired recently by another streamer for kind of the energy I want to have while streaming, and I practiced using that energy recently, and it was so much fun. I hadn't had that much fun streaming with that sort of attitude. So I plan on streaming a lot more, and I plan on getting a camera to stream as well. So yeah.
Heck yeah.
Just a lot of motivation. There's a lot of stuff the three of us can do.
So these are from Cray Tato, who has 3 questions. I'll do 2 of them, and then the last one will be directed at all of us. The first one is, why do you draw Yogi Bear like that? And Laura, would you care to recount that story?
So a long time ago, me and Kevin were streaming, we were drawing stuff, and we were drawing, like, what, characters from our childhood?
Yes,
And I
from
asked
memory.
him, yeah, from memory. And I asked him to draw Yogi Bear, and he drew the most disturbing thing that I have ever seen in my life. And I showed those to my friends, and my friends loved it, and now they are icons on our emotes on our Discord server.
The next question is, can you draw more stuff, lol? And yes, here are some examples of things that I have drawn on screen now for you all to enjoy. Look at them.
It is so disgusting. Just kidding. It's kind of disgusting.
It's glorious. And now the third question from Cretato. What do you like the most and least about making videos? Some days I will say to you that my least favorite thing about making videos is everything. But that comes from a desire to do a good job, setting a high standard for myself. In general, I'd say the least thing I like about making videos is trying to get the voiceover just right in terms of recording. You can probably hear it in my voice right now. I have a lot of mouth juices and noises that just ruin recordings. And I'm really working to try and get rid of that, but it's hard. I've done like a lot of things that people have suggested. Like you got to stay very hydrated. Like that'll keep your mouth from getting all juicy. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work for me. So that's really obnoxious. So I've either got to like edit those sounds out or do retakes sometimes. And then like gathering footage sometimes is really annoying. You're just like, oh, I want to use this clip from this thing, but like getting that can be a whole hassle. What do I like the most? Watching back something that after it's done. When we did the Sin branded video, I watched back that intro sequence that was like in the style of the Catherine opening. I watched it back like 100 times that day because I was like, fuck yeah, that turned out nice. That's where my like enjoyment comes in. That's the thing I like the most about it, is when you're like, you feel like you made something that you would watch over and over because it's cool. What about y'all?
I don't make videos, so
well, we can retool that to say what's like your favorite part about how you like the stuff that you do. You do the drawings and animations and stuff. What's your least and favorite part about that?
Let's see. I think my least favorite part is like doing it. Like it depending on what it is, if I'm drawing something, I'll say I hate sketching, I hate lining, I hate coloring, I hate everything, I hate drawing, but I do it anyway. But I think my favorite part is just the end result, going like, wow, I did that. And then another part that I hate the most about drawing is, wow, there's a mistake, it's ugly, I hate it. So it's a lot of back and forth for me of like going like, oh, I really like this part, oh, I really hate this part, oh, I really like this part. I don't know, it's not any one specific thing. I do like making really dumb doodles, and like you guys like throwing it up or using it, like that always makes me laugh and always makes me happy. So it's another part that I really like.
And it sounds like we're on a similar wavelength where it's like, I want this to be good, but like if it's not, it's really frustrating. I gotcha. What about you, Dan?
My least favorite part, I think, about making videos, and maybe this is just, and I think this is going to change as well now that I have free time, was I always felt like I always had the feeling, at least, that I'm never contributing enough, and that especially was a high stressor for me when doing school and work at the same time with the channel, because I was just like, damn it, like Kevin and Laura are doing so much and I can't keep up with them. So that was like my least favorite thing. Now that I have free time, I can overcome that. And then I guess if I was to try to think of another thing that like, I guess maybe whenever I have an idea for something and I find out that someone else has already done it, and then I'm immediately discouraged, and I
Yeah.
have to heavily rely on Kevin to either be like, Kevin's my guiding voice in that, and he's like, this is why it's different, or yeah, this is kind of the same thing, maybe we can change it up. um that was a big one for like things like there's at this point now I never look if someone's done the video before. I don't want to even chance watching the video and then using any of their points.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
feel
just
the
like,
same.
I'm like, screw it, I'm just making the video, and then if it turns out that there's another video like it, at least I know I didn't know.
Hmm.
And I didn't steal anything. It was just a collateral thinking, parallel thinking,
Yeah,
parallel
yeah.
ideas. Yeah, so that's probably like that's the thing that stresses me out. I get scared. Like I like have intense anxiety when making a video. Like I think for the Mifa one for sure, I found out that people obviously made videos. I don't know why I was so shocked. People obviously made videos about Link and Mifa's relationship, and I was like, no, I gotta scrap the whole thing. That's immediately where my mind goes. I'm like, I gotta no more video. It's done. And then and then Kevin comes in. He's like, chill out.
Oh.
Because that's the thing, right? It's not like, originality doesn't come from like, oh man, I thought of this broad concept first. It comes
Right.
in what your unique like conflux of experiences and thoughts can lend to it. You're the originality.
Yeah.
And I've said this to Dan and to Laura before, but like no one could have come up with that Mifa video but Dan. Like that specific Mifa video, that it was the way it was because Dan brought his unique experiences and thoughts to it. And
Thank you.
And that's the way that I try and think about, all videos that I do is like, okay, if this is something that has been done before, and anyone can do this, it's like what is different about me that I can lend to the voice and spirit of the whatever you're doing, if it's a video, if it's a fucking pizza, if it's if you're
Yeah.
painting a house or something,
Totally. And that's just like things that we dislike about doing it, honestly, are things that we usually overcome too whenever we, move on from the problem. Like I know that one thing was that Kevin and I were for sure just kind of done with Let's Plays. We were just like not having fun. We were burnt out.
Yeah.
I wasn't even enjoying video games anymore, which I'm thinking of making a video about, kind of like how that burnout happens. I had to relearn how to enjoy video games because I was just done. I was like, well, why am I playing this game and not recording it? Content, am I right?
That's what I think all the time. It
Yep,
sucks.
that's a horrible mindset.
Whenever
It's a
I'm playing a
horrible
game, I'm like, why am I not recording this?
Yep, absolutely. And it's a tough mindset to kick.
Yeah.
And I think I've done pretty good kicking it. Every once in a while it comes back. Like when I'm playing a computer game, if it's like anything, I'm like, I guess I could be streaming. That's the new thing I'm trying to overcome. But yeah, it's not healthy. So we moved on from that. And that's leading into my favorite thing about making YouTube videos is what we moved on to, which is kind of having something nerdy to talk about, like think pieces, and then maybe combining some form of our own personal experience or life or ideas into them. I love that. My favorite part about that is when I have an idea and I'm talking to Kevin about it, and then we just kind of like get excited about it. We bounce things off each other. Like the creative process of making the video is great. I'll go and I'll write something, and then I'll pretty much like first draft, rough draft it, show it to Kevin, and then I'll go back again and try again once we like get it more solid. But I love that. I love that work portion of it where I'm sitting at home. I'm like, I gotta come up with a YouTube video idea, and I think about just like what I've been doing or like some idea I have, because I read a lot, and I'm like, I can probably compare this to the thoughts and ideas of this like author that I'm reading right now, which is how the Marie Kondo book came to be, or the Marie Kondo video came to be, which is probably one of the videos I'm most proud of, idea-wise, just because it's so different.
Yeah.
And I love it when I make a video that I necessarily don't know if the audience will like, but I can go back and watch it and go, wow, yeah, I made this. I'm so proud. And then I guess one other side thing is my favorite thing to do when making videos is try to find something random to make as like a filler video to put in. That's how we got the mukbang.
Yeah. We just
I
had
love,
we had to finish off that bagel that you were eating for the Rivali video.
yeah. It was like, yeah, I love it. There's a lot of good stuff, and there's very minor bad things about it.
From King D353, are you against befriending fans?
When it comes down to it, it's not like we don't want to be friends with our fans. It's more of an ethical question.
Yeah.
Like it's a slippery slope that leads into a lot of problems. And ethically, I don't think it's right to use any level of YouTube. It feels weird to say because it's not really true, but quote unquote fame to make friends, I guess.
Yeah, any form of
I don't know how else to explain it.
social power.
Yeah. So ethically, I guess I'm against that.
Yeah.
It feels weird because I personally tried to have a Fuzz Punch Arcade like Discord, and maybe we'll try again in the future when there's more people and maybe when I have a better understanding of how to do things. But I was reached out to from the Discord every once in a while for more like, I don't know, like friendly things that I do with my friends. And it felt very off and awkward to me because I was like, I feel like this isn't right for whatever reason. So that's just from my own experience.
Yeah, and I'll just read what I have here. So this is going to sound harsh, but I hope by speaking at length about this, it's empowering. I address this to anyone subscribed to us or who is watching this video. I think for your well-being and ours, are you against befriending fans? The answer is yes. If we can make you feel better or entertain you or inform you or inspire you or make you feel seen, that's great. That's personally what I'm aiming for. And that is the way I feel when I view things that are awesome or see and listen to people who I like. But there has to be a barrier for both parties because it can lead to the dangerous kind of fantasy and potentially exploitation. Without creators and viewers erecting barriers, we can exploit your interests in us to your monetary and mental detriment. You see stories all the time of celebrities, especially online, who started going out with fans and abusing that relationship in a number of ways. The Vic Manoia thing, if you followed that, was perpetuated by fans who had a parasocial relationship with him. And I don't want that for y'all in regards to us or anyone else. And if Fuzz Punch Arcade relies too heavily on love and validation from our audience, we can become a slave to it. And this is something that I personally worry about for myself. I love that people like our work. It helps me feel seen as a person. As someone with very low self-esteem, I am devastated by even slight critiques from like anybody. And I feel amazing when I get positive comments. As an example, a YouTuber who goes by the name of Racevic, I've never actually said his name out loud, but he's got about 500,000 subs or so. And he makes great video essays on video games. Somehow, they found the Black Lagoons video that we put up at the end of last year. Now, when that video came out, I was so done with it. I told myself, well, it's not what I imagined. It's not as good as I want it to be, but I got to put it out. And Racevic left a comment, and it changed my whole opinion on the video into, you know what? I did a good job. It's great that I turned around, but it shouldn't have taken the validation of, to me, a peer in the field. And even saying to myself that this person is a peer is a sort of one-sided relationship. I don't know them, they don't know me. And Now, being affected one way or the other by comments, excluding like outright abusive ones, which thankfully we don't receive, isn't entirely the fault of any person in that exchange. I have to work to place a barrier, so that kind of stuff doesn't affect me as much. Beyond that, I'm glad we come across in a way that you like, but in any medium, it is important to remember that what you're seeing on screen, this is not a Kevin, this is not a Dan, this is not a Laura. This is a persona of us. This is a recording. It's one aspect of any of us. You know, the real versions of all of us are very different. And I say that as someone who totally wishes he could be friends with people who inspire him. Like, I've mentioned this to Laura a bunch of times. If I ever found out Matt Mercer isn't the platonic ideal of a person I think he is, that would hurt me so much. And that kind of iconoclastic perspective is dangerous for both of us. He has to be inhuman, infallible, and my health is tied to that. It shouldn't be that way. Now, that situation, again, is not entirely either of us' fault, but it does speak to a possible need for stronger barriers between us. You know, I can watch every episode of Critical Role, every interview Matt Mercer has ever done, every show he's lent his voice to, but I don't know him. And if I ever got to know him, I don't think our relationship can be fundamentally founded on me being a fan of his, for both of our sakes. And to be totally clear, the lack of barriers is a result of a system demanding constant content to the point that we commercialize every aspect of our lives. You heard Dan and I both be like, oh man, we're playing something. Why am I not recording this? It's like, it shouldn't be that way. And this is something that I'm only now beginning to understand. I didn't understand that back when we were doing Let's Plays. I still think those are fun and I think people can enjoy them. But I do recognize that as a format can, potentially lead to some bad parasocial relationships. Going forward, I do hope to maintain a kind of barrier between us, at least, as we were saying, like, maybe we do a Discord in the future. Maybe we have other ways of interacting with y'all. We're obviously going to do streams because those are a lot of fun and stuff like that. But there is a line at some point. And I think viewers and creators need to maintain that because we are all fucking worthwhile. We all have value. We shouldn't derive like all that value from a relationship with people we don't know. And that was super long, but that's what I had to say on that subject, I guess. So I guess let's do the second question by King D353 there. Who's your favorite jump characters? Now, I don't know if this is in reference specifically to the characters in J-Star's Victory vs. Plus, or just characters within, or characters from a Shonen Jump series.
I guess I would just give both. That's
Okay.
what I was going to do, because I read these questions beforehand.
Gotcha.
I don't remember a lot of J-Stars, like playing-wise, but I think I remember at least enjoying playing as the Dragon Ball characters. I think that's just biased, though, because Dragon Ball FighterZ is like just a good-ass game. That came out after, but like in my memory, I'm just like, yeah, characters for fighting is super. I guess any character that pretty much floated. I don't remember a lot of J-Stars, but Shonen Jump character-wise, I think probably like very basic. Luffy is an easy choice for me. He always makes me laugh and smile. I like Gong a lot just because he has a great story, and he's very inspirational character for a lot of the characters I use in D&D and stuff. And then any of the Joestars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
J-Stars, it's been so long since I played Victory vs. Plus. I don't remember who I ended up really liking. I think I liked Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho because he could just like shoot from really far away. But Spirit Gun. I honestly don't remember too much. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yusuke. And then as for like favorite characters from Shonen Jump, I mean, still loving me some One Piece. It's funny to go back to, if you watch those J-Star videos. I'm sure Dan and I were just talking out of our ass. We were like, I think JoJo's like a horror show or something.
Oh my God.
I have faint memories of saying stuff like that. I had no idea.
My favorite part about J-Stars was that we used it as an excuse to watch more shonen anime to know more about it. Because I remember saying, hey, we should each watch like an anime from character for this game that we haven't seen before, and I chose Assassination Classroom.
Good choice.
Yeah, that turned out to be fantastic.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, Kevin, when you say you're pretty sure we were talking on our ass, that was literally every Let's Play. So, okay.
Fair enough.
That was the show.
Yeah. I'd have to give it to I'd probably have to give it to Luffy as well. Joseph Joestar is the best. So Laura, I know you didn't play J-Star Victory
I'm
versus Plus.
Actually looking at the character roster, and I was like, oh, I know these animes.
Oh shit,
and then I'm
Bobobo's in
surprised.
that.
Yeah, he is.
I love Bobobo. I dropped something.
They have characters in this game that I didn't think would ever be in a fighting game, so I'm quite like weirded out. Like, fucking the main bitch from Nisekoi is a character, and I was like, that makes no fucking sense.
She's an assist character. I was super excited for not specifically her, but because they had really weird characters that you're like, oh, they're in a fighting game, but a lot of them are assist characters only.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of these like animes that I like started but haven't like finished to completion. So, and I don't read a lot of shonen manga or anime, so I can't really like say one specific. But if I have to go based on the doujins and the fan arts, Hitman Reborn is good. D Greyman is good. Rurouni Kenshin.
Nice.
You have to show.
I like the way you decide your favorites. I respect it.
Oh, thanks, man. Haikyuu too, also very good doujins.
Oh yeah, that's right. Man, that show like or that series, I don't even think it was as popular as it was back then. Now it's enormous.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Haikyuu. That
leaves one final question, I believe, unless there was more.
I believe, we're on the final one.
So this one comes from someone named Emolina. Their question is, who are some inspirational people that influenced y'all's work? Mine's a wild ride of YouTubers that got me to this point. But when it was just me Let's Playing by myself, it was Piece of Pie Software. He was the first ever YouTuber Let's Player I ever watched. He still does content. And I watched him all the time. I enjoyed him, and that's what made me want to do Let's Plays. And then I guess Game Grumps obviously was a huge one.
Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, when it comes to like streaming, Moon and Ludwig are two huge inspirations for me right now. Moon has always been a huge inspiration for streaming because I love his streams. He always does something fun, and Ludwig is a recent inspiration. And then for videos as they are now, I would say the person who influences me the most is Kevin. All the time.
Wow.
Whenever I watch a video that Kevin writes and edits and everything, and whenever he edits the videos that I write, I'm just inspired every time. Definitely would not be even making YouTube videos anymore if it wasn't for Kevin. So.
Oh, thank you, man.
God, I ship you guys so hard.
I wouldn't be making YouTube videos if it weren't for y'all. So thank you.
Yeah.
Oh man, thank you, Dan. That really means a lot.
Oh my heart.
It's just the truth.
Laura, who would you say are big inspirations for your work?
There's like a lot of artists. that kind of inspired me to like draw. But I think one of the biggest person that has inspired me is Monty Ohm. He is the big animator for Rooster Teeth's Ruby, who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago. But there was always he always like tried his best and he would never stop. Like that was like the big thing about him is one of his like phrases is keep moving forward. He would like spend like so much time working on different animations and stuff like that. When he first started off in Rooster Teeth, he was actually an animator for Red versus Blue, and he worked on like 3 or 4 seasons. Maybe I'm overshooting it, but he worked on like a lot of seasons of Red versus Blue. And then once he felt that he had his like found his place in Rooster Teeth, that's when he went to the creator or the owner of Rooster Teeth and was like, "Hey, I got this idea for an anime. You want to try it out?" And that's what started Ruby. And I remember seeing the trailer for the red trailer for the first time, and I was completely blown away. And then, like, he was the one, with the help of other people, of course, but he was the one that kind of gave this world of like, everyone's based off of a color, everyone has a semblance, and all this stuff. And that like 100% inspired me to like, I don't know, to like do more win stuff, to do more art, to make more interesting characters and stuff like that. So he was definitely a big push for me to like continue doing art, because for a while I was like, anime, it's whatever. I was actually trying to like get out of that. But then like seeing that again just like inspired me. Montiel, rest in peace. Love you, man.
Yeah, an artist taken way before his time.
He was also a very good dancer.
Is that why there's so many, like, he has like so
Yup.
many dance animations and stuff?
Yup.
Ah.
It's because he like mocapped himself and then did the dance.
No kidding. Oh,
It was amazing.
That's really funny. I've got a huge list of inspirations, but I'll keep it to YouTube as best as I can. Same with Dan. The early days for us was obviously Game Grumps. Probably too much inspiration from Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Like, just too much trying to do their thing. We should have been doing ours. But I think my biggest YouTube inspirations nowadays, the chief one would be H Bomber Guy. He's been a big inspiration to me in terms of like video styling and like politically as well. A lot of the YouTubers I watch now are sort of lefty think PC people, and that no doubt led to making the kind of videos that we make, or at the very least that I write for this channel now. But other people like Jim Sterling, I love the Jimquisition, Adam Neely. I'll watch any video he puts out. I know next to no music theory and don't know what he's talking about half the time, but I love his videos. They're super neat and really eye-opening about what music can be and can do. But yeah, H Bomber Guy in particular, a small step into a wider world, both creatively and I think politically minded as well. Anyway, I think that's all of our questions.
Nice.
Yay.
We have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, thanks for 1,000 subs and to 1,000 more future, and to wherever this road of YouTube may lead for this channel. We hope to keep putting out content that you guys at least find interesting. Something different always is the plan. It's safe to say we probably won't go back to Let's Plays unless there's like some big reason to. I can't think of any. It's from now on. It's just kind of what we enjoy, and we hope you enjoy it too. It seems like you guys have been sticking around, and we appreciate that as we always push this channel through some big change, and that takes a lot of commitment from you guys, and I appreciate that. On another note, just wanted to throw in that on Kevin's video saying, hey, drop us some questions. you know, I always get YouTube notifications to my phone. I read every comment. Okay, guys, every single comment. Don't think I don't. I see every single one. Sometimes I screenshot them because they make me so happy, and they make me laugh sometimes too. But I was confused on some of the comments from the video that were directed at me, and I went and I watched the video, and Kevin very kindly asked from you guys kind words to be sent my way, and you guys definitely did. And I just wanted to say thank you for all the kind words as I was going through something pretty tough at the time. But I am feeling better, and those comments definitely helped a lot. And also, it's like that meme with Lugia, where there's like a comment, and it's just Lugia, and the caption is, "This comment has restored my strength." It was like that, but a million times. It was like a spirit bomb. It was like a Luffy deciding someone was on their crew. It was very helpful, so thank you.
Aw.
To add to that too, I didn't see all of it, but I know that some of the comments were directed at my mom. And my mom is a nurse and has been working at a hospital recently for fighting COVID and stuff like that. And I saw a lot of really nice comments geared towards my mom. Thankfully, though, she is retired. So now she's enjoying her retirement and she's away from there. But thank you so much for all those really nice things you said to my mom.
Seriously, everyone, that was so nice of all of you. Thank you so much. I'll co-sign what Dan and Laura said. We're very thankful for you to share your time and your love with us. It means so much. And what I wanted to share, I guess this is what I want to share with Dan and Laura most. But like the video over the past like year and a half that has gotten the most views and attention and likely brought a lot of you newer subscribers here is the Rivali video. Like underneath that, it's the Mifa video is like the second one, along with the standalone comic from the Rivali video. Those are like our most viewed, like most subscribed videos. And the things that are really special about those three videos, or I'm gonna say two, because it's because the comic was a part of the Rivali video, is that all of us contributed something really unique to that specific video. Laura did, Dan did, and I did, and those are our best videos. It proved particularly to me because I so much throughout my career I've tried to make myself a one-stop shop for video and stuff, but the truth is I'm not that good at a lot of things that are on this channel, and when we all worked together, we made something that was better than all three of us. That was like cooler than all three of us could do alone. And I think that speaks to just like how great like creative work is. If you ever want to try and make your own videos or make anything really on the artistic side, like seek out other people because they will motivate you. They will be able to lend ideas to all the things that you do, and together you can make something really, really cool. Those videos being our best ones is a testament to that. So I wanted to say thanks to my co-hosts here at Fuzz Punch Arcade. And I may have burped during that, but it's okay. We're keeping it in.
Well, I mean, thank you right back at you as well, and Laura as well. Like, I am a firm believer that this channel stands on all of us, and I wouldn't have it any other way. We do our best when we're all working together, and we also have, in my opinion, I can't speak for all of us, but in my opinion, I have the most fun when I am doing stuff like that together. Like, it's going to always be a fun memory making all those Mifa puppets together.
Heck
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, that was
like,
the best.
doing a puppet show. Like, that's so wild and fun. And like that didn't need to be like in the video. You know, it could have been like something completely different. It could have just been a talked over part, but it was like, nah, let's have a puppet show. And that was like that I felt that was one of those things. There's times when making YouTube videos where sometimes the process of making the video seems like it's more for us than for the video. And that was that moment. I just kind of look at that and go, yeah, I'm really happy we did that. That was just kind of a fun friend moment.
Absolutely, me too. That was an awesome night that we did that.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks, Kevin, and I'm right back at the both of you.
Heck yeah.
Expect more videos in the future. I think things are just kind of slow right now because of the pandemic. Because sometimes we want to do things that involve us all being together to do them physically, and especially for the stuff that I write, like we have to be together to do it. But even with that slowdown, we're still working on stuff, and we plan on getting things out to you as soon as we can.
Stay safe.
Yes.
Best wishes to you and yours. Have a happy, y'all. We'll see you
Thanks
next
for
time.
watching.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.